I'll start off on that. The surprise is that the searches have been falling as the Trump campaign has been focusing more on Bitcoin. And I think even in the last few days, maybe it was over the weekend, he talked about making Bitcoin transactions tax-free. And so it was like, what? So I've been very surprised. But you know what? Just as a student of the markets, when the markets are pushing up like this and there's really no hype, there's some real demand developing somewhere. Now, maybe it is continued institutional demand as more and more people make a decision about this new asset class. Maybe it's that, and that's happening slowly but surely. And maybe we do need clarification from the election to get retail investors more excited again. I don't know. I would think that institutional investors would be somewhat cautious around an election, but something's going on behind the scenes. The searches are not there. And so it leads me to believe this is somewhat institutional in nature.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Since inception, Cathie Wood, founder, CEO, and CIO of ARK Invest, has researched and published thoughts on the cryptocurrency ecosystem within big ideas and through articles, white papers, monthly Bitcoin reports, and podcasts. Now Cathie discusses everything happening in the rapidly changing and still nascent Bitcoin ecosystem.
I think there was a lot of anticipatory buying before the ETF launches and then before the halving. And so we've had the digestion of that because it has done, if you do year-to-date analysis, it's been a fabulous performing asset. And a lot of people in certainly our world are year-to-date people. That's how they think. And it's been very good. But what we're seeing now in terms of the spot Bitcoin ETFs is the flows have slowed down, but now they're becoming steady. They're becoming steady, and that, again, back to the first statement, maybe we'll have institutions. I don't know what breaks us into new high territory, but maybe it is the election. Maybe that's why a lot of people are sitting on their hands and are waiting to see if, who's going to win. They both seem much more crypto-friendly, Bitcoin-friendly, but clearly the Trump campaign.
Bitcoin is struggling for direction a day before the United States presidential election, with polls depicting a tight race between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. Here's what analysts are predicting for Bitcoin as the standoff between Trump and Harris approach. The Bitcoin price will likely reach $80,000, $90,000 next if Trump wins the election, according to Bernstein analysts. Trump's support for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is the main reason behind the bullish outlook. In his electoral rallies, he has publicly advocated for the U.S. to become a leader in the cryptocurrency industry. Key proposals include appointing a crypto-friendly SEC chair to ease regulatory pressures, establishing a national Bitcoin reserve to support BTC adoption, and making the U.S. a hub for Bitcoin mining. Bernstein's bullish prediction for Bitcoin aligns with a fractal analysis showcasing BTC reaching new all-time highs following U.S. presidential elections, particularly when aligned with its halving events that occur approximately every 4 years. For instance, in 2012, after the first halving in November, Bitcoin rallied from around $12 to its then all-time high of approximately $1,150 by late 2013, a surge of nearly 9,500%. Similarly, in 2016, the second halving was followed by another strong rally. Bitcoin rose from around $650 in mid-2016 to around $20,000 in December 2017, marking an increase of over 3,000% from the pre-halving period. The third cycle followed the same pattern. After the May 2020 halving, Bitcoin rose from around $9,000 and reached a new high of $69,000 in November 2021. With the fourth halving recently completed in April 2024 and the U.S. election set for November 5, historical trends suggest potential for another upward movement in Bitcoin's price, probably toward Bernstein's $80,000 $90,000 target. In October, they had predicted a BTC price rally toward $200,000 in 2025 regardless of the U.S. election outcome.
Consider the source, but I think the ramifications are going to be unbelievable for innovation. Regulations are strangling businesses, financial regulation even more so. I mean, all of the companies in our business have had to add one compliance person after another because of waves and waves of regulation post tech and telecom bust, and then even more so after 0809. And I know if Trump were to win, in his first administration, he basically said, if you want to put in a new regulation, then you need to take back two regulations. I think the combination of something like that, or actually just unwinding as many as possible by executive order, I don't know how many are possible that way. Getting that done, getting Gensler out of the way, he will be gone. And I think he'll be gone in either administration, but especially a Trump administration. And on the FTC side, which is Federal Trade Commission, which is has taken a heavy hand in terms of preventing M&A and preventing liquidity events for venture capital firms. Grant is nodding yes. in violent agreement, yes. But we're seeing that broadly in our portfolio. By now, there should be a lot of M&A activity picking up because prices have been so subdued. But they're not being allowed. They're antitrust zealots, and yet we have the Magnificent Six growing ever bigger. So there's a huge disconnect out there. And I think if we get a Harris administration, at one point she was saying she would let Lena Khan go as well. Trump definitely will. That's the FTC. But there's a little bit of a backlash. I'm not sure as much about that. So it's very clear it's going to take off. It's really been held back terribly by lack of liquidity events caused by the FTC and, just uncertainty generally around government regulation. So we shall see.
Market analyst Miles Deutscher suggests that Bitcoin will likely reach $100,000 or higher regardless of who wins the U.S. presidential election, but the path and timing would differ based on the outcome. He argues that Harris winning the U.S. election will cause an instant dump in the Bitcoin market. That will likely happen due to market fears that Harris administration could maintain or even strengthen regulatory scrutiny on crypto. The outlook aligns with growing polymarket bids on a Bitcoin price crash in November. For instance, the strongest bets are for a drop to $65,000, with a 75% implied probability for Bitcoin to reach the level, as indicated by the 76C/ price for Yes shares. November has historically been the most profitable month for Bitcoin since 2013, delivering a 46% average return. That has prompted analyst Lark Davis to anticipate similar upside runs in 2024. If we see a 46% pump from current prices, it would take BTC to $104,000. He noted in his recent X post. The upcoming U.S. Federal Reserve meeting on November 7, where there's speculation of a 25 basis point rate cut, may also boost Bitcoin's upside potential, even if it means a rally toward Bernstein's $80,000 $90,000 target. The convergence of Bitcoin's historically strong November performance, a possible Fed rate cut, and the pro-crypto narrative surrounding Trump's candidacy are aligning to create an optimistic outlook for BTC this month. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Zella. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.